From Target Field in Minneapolis, we've got baseball coming up for Jackie Robinson Day. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming your way next. And on the hill in this one, Simeon Woods Richardson. What do you have on him, Siggy?
It's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
Ready to go? Roman Anthony now at the plate.
The designated hitter, number 42, Roman Anthony.
And here we go on Jackie Robinson Day. Yo, one. That one fouled off. That missed by a lot. And that's ball one. Got him. One down.
Batting second, the third baseman, Caleb.
Check out the Red Sox lineup. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is players press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
Durbin in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. And there's a foul ball.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Softly hit to third. Sends it to first. Nice efficient start to the afternoon. That's two out.
Batting third, the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida.
2 outs, base is empty. So stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. Hey. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on. Almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
In the air, left field. Touches down. That's a hit. And that keeps the inning going. Looking to extend the play now. Throw is high and over his head. Doesn't get too far away, so no one moves up.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So runner at second, 2 down. Wilson Contreras up next for the Red Sox.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
That's a little high. Ball 2.
Well, a really good chance right here to pick up a run in the top of the first after what seemed to be a real quiet start to the inning.
And another ball.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Man at second. And there's the automatic.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
This one in the air center field. And that is that. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Connolly early. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Up the middle. Fires to first on the run. In time. Got him. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Larnach in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. The 0-2.
Inside ball.
Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Gets the out. 2 down after the strikeout.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Next to hit, Luke Keeschel. And the 1-0. Fastball for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Oh, that's high.
Swing and a pop-up. Connor Falefa settles underneath it, and that ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Woods Richardson goes 6 feet 3 inches, 25 years old, and he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2018.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Out to short. And quickly one away in the second.
Batting 6, the shortstop, Trevor Story.
Here's Trevor Story now. No score here in the second. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Two down, nobody on. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two. That one way inside.
Ball two.
This one in the air right field. Fair ball. And that keeps the inning alive.
Batting eighth, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
Here's the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
That's out.
Durant, the runner at first with two gone. And another ball. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Lined, and that's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Batting none, the second baseman, Isaiah.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Just off the inside edge. Two on, 2 outs.
Hey!
And a count 1-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Here's a 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Grounds one to short. Tosses to first. And that is that. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning. And now the Minnesota designated hitter, Josh Bell.
Bell.
on the inside corner for a strike. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed him. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Ball to strike. The pitch.
Nope.
That misses off the outside edge.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Late swing fouled off. And a payoff pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And that's outside. It is ball 4, and he's on base. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. Matt Wallner, the next twin up to hit.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That's a ball.
The 1-1. That one hit the knees for a strike. Pitch kicks away. No advance, though. And the 2-2. Struck him out looking.
Well, that curveball had some pretty good break to it. As you can see, the hitter just locked up a little bit. Thought it was a great pitch to hit, but sometimes you're looking for something else, and you can't pull the trigger.
1 out, man at first. Vic Caratini at the plate. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second. They're in plenty of time. He's caught stealing.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Oh, that's unfair.
The 1-2.
Ball, that pitch is up.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. We'll move to the third with no score. Welcome back to the ballpark here on Jackie Robinson Day. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Roman Anthony.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. You know, Singy, when you think about every player wearing number 42 on Jackie Robinson Day, you can thank Ken Griffey Jr. for all of it. Griffey was the first player to come up with the idea of wearing number 42 back on April 15th in 1997, the 50th anniversary of Robinson's Major League debut.
Up next for the Red Sox, the third baseman, Caleb
Durbin up next for the Red Sox. Grounded out his first time up. That was also the day that Bud Selig retired his number. And Griffey, who was playing for the Mariners at the time, asked to have his uniform number flip-flopped, switching from 24 to 42. The 0-1. Up the middle, Keishel. First two batters retired here in the top of the third.
Up next for the Red Sox, the left fielder, Masataka.
So digging in, Masataka Yoshida. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. Still no score. Back in Minnesota, and now for the Twins, Cody Clemens.
Cody Clemens.
Hey!
Foul ball there. Oh, and 2 now. This one in the air, center field. Durant takes it in for the out. 1 away.
Batting 8, the shortstop, Brooks Lee.
So up next for Minnesota, Brooks Lee. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. And that quickly 2 away.
Batting 9, the third baseman,
Tristan Gray will hit next. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Durant on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is the third out of the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. On to inning number 4. We're tied 0-0. Back at Target Field, so stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras. And he swings through that one.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Right through there for a strike. Ah, that hit him.
I got him.
And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Go ahead, run on base. Wilyer Abreu digs in now. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Hey!
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one to first, and a foul ball. Line drive. And it jumps the wall in foul territory for an automatic double.
They're cooking with gas, Boo. 2 runners in scoring position with no outs and a great chance to keep doing damage with swings like the one we just saw for the automatic double. Looking to keep it going. Pass me that popcorn.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. Golden opportunity right here. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. And that one fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Jaron Duran steps to the dish in a big spot. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Taps softly to the right side. Fires to first. Got him, but they plate the go-ahead run.
Up next for the Red Sox, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
And stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez. A single his first time.
Off the plate, ball 1. Ball, that's off the plate.
That one fouled off. 2-2. 2 outs and a runner at third. Top half of inning number 4. Got him swinging for the K. They limit the damage here. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. And midway in the 4th, it's the Red Sox 1 and the Twins nothing. Back in Minnesota, and here's the Twins leadoff guy, Byron Buxton.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And that's 4 strikeouts.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
Larnach stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Fouled off. He was late.
Ball.
Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's off the inside corner. And now 3-2. This one in the air center field. He's there. He's got it. And there's 2 away. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
The second baseman, Luke Keyshaw.
So up next for Minnesota, Luke Keyshaw. 0 for 1 with a flyout. That's in there. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it. So a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Two down, nobody on.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The 2-2. Ground ball up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next for the Twins,
Josh Bell at the plate now. He reached out a walk his first time.
Bell.
Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Right through there for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Squirts away a little bit. Started after the 1-2 pitch, appeal to first, and he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Twins nothing. Great to have you with us here on Jackie Robinson Day. So stepping in for Boston, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Bullpen action for the Twins. Garrett Acton, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Orrs also getting ready. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Larnach takes it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Hey, question. If you had to pick, because the number 42 jerseys are really cool, obviously, for Jackie Robinson. But if you had to pick any team that you were going to have 42 put on to just kind of sport around, would it be a Phillies jersey? Because I know you were kind of a Phillies fan growing up.
I grew up as a Phillies fan. If I had to do a 42 jersey, though, I'd still think I'd do a Dodger jersey.
Yeah.
Now the 0-1. And a foul ball. How about you?
You know what? I'd actually like to. I mean, the Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers is
right.
It's pretty awesome. That one is. But I also would be interested in looking at one of the Negro Leagues, jerseys.
Sure.
And going 42 with that one.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That one back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Now the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. He's grounded out a couple of times. Two down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the fifth.
Ball one.
That
That's
misses.
ball
Ball two.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Next
Ball
offering
three.
misses down and away.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Red Sox go down quietly. They lead it 1-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth, and now for the Twins, Matt Wallner.
Matt Wallner.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Hey! Ball, that's just out.
Comes up empty. That's strike two. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
The switch hitting catcher will come up to hit. Victor Caratini. Right through there for a strike. The Red Sox up by a run. Last half of inning number 5. Comes up empty. On the ground to third, and that chance handled. Tosses to first. Home half of the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
The first baseman, Cody Clemens.
And next for Minnesota, Cody Clemens. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
And a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Brooks Lee, the next Twin up to hit. Flied to right his first time. That misses. Ball 1. Movement in the bullpen. Zach Kelly, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Whitlock getting cranked up as well. Out there to center. Duran on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Twins nothing. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Now pitching for the
Garrett
Twins,
Acton will
number
take over here.
42.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, one-run game. So stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida, 1 for 2.
You know, these Red Sox really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
0-1.
Ball 1.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
Ball. That's inside.
The 2-1. And a breaking
that's
ball
out.
misses outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
The 3-1. Swing and a ball popped up. Dunks one into left. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. Kind of just punts it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
Here comes Wilson Contreras. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike. Yoshida gets his lead at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Got him. 1 out.
Up next for the Red Sox, the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
1 out man at first. Wilyer Abreu, the next to hit. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Nope. Ball 1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Man at first, 1 away. Just missed. Payoff pitch. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time. You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Fouled off down the right side. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. And that'll do it. One left for the Red Sox, but they're on top 1-0. Well, we go bottom 6, and now for the Twins, Tristan Gray.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
This one in the air center field. And there's one away.
Up next for the Twins, the center fielder.
Here's Byron Buxton, cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Danny Coulombe, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Moran getting loose as well. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. The Bo Sox leading by a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Just missed. Here's a 2-2. And that just misses. In the air to left center. Durant settles underneath it. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Twins, the left fielder.
Here's Trevor Larnach.
Larnach.
Out towards right center field. He's got it, and the inning is over. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. You're dialed into the show. We go to the top of the 7th. So stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran.
That's a ball.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Cole Sands up and throwing. Bonda warming up as well.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
The 1-1.
Ball 2.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
That one almost got him. Payoff pitch. Stays alive. Good job to fight that one off. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Up the middle. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And that's an infield single despite a great effort at shortstop.
Man, that was a pretty good battle to play, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they...
Here goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get that jump there, and if the catcher's great, he can make up the time, but if you've got good speed, he's not going to make it up.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. And 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Runner at second, nobody out. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate.
Hey!
One out and a runner at second. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Takes it in for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Derek Shelton out of the dugout, and he will make the move. Garrett Acton done for the afternoon, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
Coming out of the bullpen for the Twins, Justin Topa.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Roman Anthony. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Nope, that's a ball.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Yeah!
And that drops in for a strike.
Ball.
That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And the Red Sox leave one, but they still lead it 1-0.
Now pitching for the Red
We're
Sox.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Danny Coulombe. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Here's the second baseman, Luke Keeschel.
The second baseman, Luke Keeschel.
Hey!
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing at a high fly ball, well struck. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. 1 away.
Up next for the Twins, The designated hitter, Josh Bell.
Here's Josh Bell. He is struck out and he is walked.
A little frustrated with the strike zone.
Bell thought that one missed, and here comes the challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges.
Hey.
The 1-2. On the inside corner for called strike 3. Bell wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. So the call will stand. Still one challenge left for them. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Not close with that one. Ball 1. Next offering upstairs.
Struggled a little bit in this one. A couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
2 down, nobody on.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Tap foul at the plate. Two now. Oh, great stop from his knees. The throw nicely done for the out.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Ready to begin the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin.
Nope, that's down.
And he drops it down the third baseline. Scoops it up barehanded. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit.
Up next for
He was racing down the line and probably didn't assume he was going to be safe until his foot hit the bag and looked up for the umpire. Nice bunt and great hustle to get himself a knock.
Stepping in, Masataka Yoshida. And that one's a little bit low. And that's ball 1. Runner on the move. Hit in the air, left field. Larnach under it. Brings it in.
Up next for the Red Sox, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
1 out man at first. Here's Contreras now. Puts it away for the out.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. 1 for 3. Now a quick throw to first. Durbin dives back in safely. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. No balls, 2 strikes. Durbin off of first with 2 away. swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Red Sox 1 and the Twins nothing. Back at target field. On to the bottom of the eighth. Victor Caratini getting ready to hit. Swing and a foul out of play. Fought off foul. Oh, and 2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. And that's a strikeout looking.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this eighth inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
So up next for Minnesota, Cody Clemens.
Used the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
Well,
the Red Sox holding on to a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the eighth inning. And fouled off. And that one fouled off. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Gets a piece and stays alive. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Struck him out looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Danny Coulombe gives way, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for the Red
New
Sox.
pitcher for the Red Sox, Giovanni Moran. He's been someone, at least in the early going, that they've leaned on. Brooks Lee, the next Twin up to hit. A switch hitter batting right. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
2 down, nobody on. And that one is downstairs. And that is ball 1. Outside with a breaking ball. Tristan Gray in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he walked him. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk.
The third baseman,
Tristan Gray will hit next.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving through a walk or just a base hit. But you've got to stay within yourself.
And the 0-2. That one missed. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 1-2.
Nope, that's inside.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. 1 left for Minnesota. They're down 1-0.
Now pitching for the
We're back.
Twins,
It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Cole Sands.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Well, 1-run game, leading off, Trevor Story. This one in the air, center field. Buxton under it. And there's one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Up next for the Red Sox, the center fielder, Jaron.
Now batting Jaron Duran. Check swing. He went. And that is strike 1. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Yeah, that's fouled off. Backed off the plate that time. The 1-2. Got it. 2 away.
Up next for the Red Sox, the catcher, Carlos.
2 down, base is empty. And next for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the 9th, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
And it's fouled away. Gets the outside corner with that one. Narvaez wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and the strike call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Two down, nobody on. He goes down looking. Red Sox go down 1-2-3, but they hold a 1-0 lead.
Now pitching for
Back
Boston,
now, and on the mound, the
42,
closer, Aroldis Chapman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Here's the center
Leading
fielder,
up for
Byron
the
Buxton.
the
0 for 3 in this
Byron
one.
Buxton.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Story sends it over to first. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Trevor Larnach digs in now. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. That's in there. That's strike 1. Larnach not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge, and it's going to stay a strike. So that removes their last challenge. The Bo Sox trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Right through there for a strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
That one lifted to left. Yoshida going back on this one. 2 down.
Up next for the Twins.
So they're down to their final out. Now Luke Keeschel. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. And downstairs. Inside. Ball 2.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Fouled off. He was late. The Twins trailing by a run. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Off the plate inside, and now 3-1.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
They're down to their final strike. Got him! And that is the ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
The final 1-0 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long. From One Twins Way in Minneapolis, welcome inside Target Field. We've got baseball coming up for Jackie Robinson Day. It's the Boston Red Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. And on the mound in this one, Simeon Woods Richardson. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Here's your 1. And there's a foul ball.
That's a ball. Ball 2.
I think he wanted that call on the upper part of the zone, but just didn't get it. Now he's just trying to get a better feel for how much it missed so he can adjust his sights just a little bit.
And it's filled up.
3.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Now the number 2 hitter, Caleb Durbin. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Keishel over to second, to first. Double play. Nicely done.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble.
Outside, that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. And another ball. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges.
Hey!
The 1-2. Rolled slowly to first. Clemens. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. The Twins coming up, no score. Back after this on the show. We go to the bottom of the first, and getting the start for the Red Sox, Connolly early. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking.
Oh, this ball is crushed into left field. It's on its way and gone. He blasts a souvenir into the second deck. And the Twins get on the board first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here's Trevor Larnach.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Fouled off left side.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Here's the 0-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. That one misses. Ball 3. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Okay, let's check out the lineup. Not a whole lot going their way offensively the last few games, Chris.
Yeah, Boog, and that can put more pressure on the pitching staff to try to limit the opponent to just 1 or 2 runs a game, knowing that their offense is not scoring right now. And that never really works well because you try to be too fine and you end up giving up a lot of runs. So we'll see if everybody can just relax, bring things together, and perform at a level that they're capable of.
Nope, upstairs.
Foul ball. Next offering upstairs. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Bell.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Josh Bell at the plate now.
Aye.
The 0-1. Runner takes off. Now this is a rocket to left. He's got it.
Batting 5th, the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
And now, Matt Wallner. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Now there's a bullet down the line, and that's a fair ball. Coming home. The relay throw. Safe. It's 2-0.
Well done. Drives in the run. That one was smoke coming off the bat, and it looked like there might have been a close play at the plate. Good job of base running, rounding third, making sure he could come in and score that run.
Vic Caratini at the plate. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Strike 2. Now he's challenging the called strike. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. It's in and out of his glove. In comes the run from second to second, and he's safe.
Picks himself up an RBI. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Cody Clemens, the next Twin up to hit. Ground ball right side. Contreras handles, throws to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 a solo shot. On to the second from Minneapolis. It's the Twins 3 and the Red Sox nothing. Back at the ballpark here on Jackie Robinson Day. So stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras. Singy here on Jackie Robinson Day. What comes to mind?
Courage. I think about what Jackie Robinson had to endure to be a Major League Baseball player. what he had to deal with in society, but also what he had to deal with in his own clubhouses. To be able to go out there and do that day in and day out, man, that just speaks courage to me.
Eric Summersgill with home plate duty in this one. Kind of known for being generous with the corners, Chris.
You know, I think that used to be a lot bigger deal in past eras where pitchers were working more in and out with their pitches. But, yeah, we'll see if those corners come into play in this one. Hey, no pitcher's going to argue at all.
Out to short, Lee. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Next to hit, Wilyer Abreu. Abreu, a strong-armed right fielder, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he was born in Venezuela. Contreras gets his lead at first, nobody out. Out towards right center, that's well struck, carrying well. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. Headed for the plate. And they cut the lead to 2.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. One on, nobody out, a run in here at the top of the second. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. 1 out, runner at second. Now batting Jaron Duran. A little bit low, and that's ball 1.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Man at second. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
That's a ball.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He's set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
And stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez.
Hey!
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. That one fouled off. Bounce to the right. Keishel throws to first in time.
Batting 9, the second baseman, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Two outs, two in scoring position. And that one wrapped foul. Two on, two outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse. Red Sox with an RBI double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back in Minnesota, and now for the Twins, Brooks Lee.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take, gets ahead in the count.
Ball.
And a ball and two strikes.
Tough take right there. He swings at that more often than not.
That one misses, and the count's full. Got him swinging.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Gray.
So up next, Tristan Gray. Just missed.
That pitch is out.
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. 1-1 now.
Ball.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Inside.
That one drifts inside. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with two strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Twins lineup. Byron Buxton, the next to hit.
A strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Fastball for a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with two pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Chases the changeup in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. It's the Twins 3 and the Red Sox 1. Back at Target Field, Joe stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. And he grounds one to the right side. Keishel gets it to first. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Up next for the Red Sox, the third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
Now the number 2 hitter, Caleb Durbin. He hit into a double play his first time up.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished. Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Line drive, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Red Sox, the left fielder,
Masataka Yoshida will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And now the 0-1. Fought off foul.
Ball. That's inside.
Runner on the go. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. And there are 2 down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrating with himself until his next at bat.
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. Reached on an infield single his first time.
That's a ball. That's ball 2.
And a 2-1 on the way. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. 1 left for the Red Sox. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back in Minnesota, and now for the Twins, Trevor Larnach.
Trevor Larnach.
Left field, and it drops in. And the leadoff man aboard.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those could be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that you can rob a little soft flare in front of you, but perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
Keishel takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Runner on the go. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2. It gets down, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Up next for the Twins.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. 0 for 1 so far.
Well, these Twins doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
So 2 balls and no strikes.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Fouled off left side. On a line. That one hops off the wall and should score at least 1. 1 run across. The relay. He's in there. And they lead by 4.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And now it's going to be Matt Wallner. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here in the last half of the 3rd. Swings through that one. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Zach Kelly, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The 0-2. Fights it off. You'll see another. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. This one in the air, center field. Durant settles under it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Twins, the catcher, Victor.
1 out man at first. Victor Caratini now at the plate. Doubled in his first AB. In the dirt. The lefty, the 1-0. High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there. And a foul ball. The 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Clemens checks his swing. Appeal down to 3rd. He went around, according to Carl Dixon. That one the other way, and foul ball. Bell off of first with 2 away. Foul ball still 0-2. Swings through it for the K. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 3 innings complete. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. Welcome back to the ballpark here on Jackie Robinson Day. So stepping in for Boston, Wilyer Abreu.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball. You know, these
Ball
Red
that's
Sox
outside.
showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Story, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Singy, we're celebrating Jackie Robinson today, and what an honor it is for these players to have the chance to wear his number 42. Challenge from behind the dish here. So the call stands. 1 challenge remaining for them now.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 out.
That was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head. Yeah, just an iconic number, and to put that jersey on with 4 and 2 on the backside, it's got to be inspiring. These guys are honored and privileged to be able to go out there and play on a day like today.
2 down, nobody on. Hard hit left side. That's the 3rd out. Nothing doing for Boston. They're down here 5-1. Bottom 4, and now for the Twins, Brooks Lee.
The shortstop, Brooks Lee.
That one ripped. Base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Up next,
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And now Alex Cora is out of the dugout, and he will make a move for the bullpen. Connolly early. Won't go any further, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this. Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, Zach Kelly. He last pitched 2 days ago. And next for Minnesota, Tristan Gray. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Way out front for strike 2. Lee aboard here at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 1 gone here.
The center fielder, Byron Buxton.
So back to the top of the order. Byron Buxton, the next Twin up to hit. He's already homered in this game.
Ball, that's out.
Man at first, 1 away. Ball to strike. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Up next for the Twins, the left fielder.
Look how far he had to go that time. What an amazing catch.
He believes that he can get to everything, and that attitude allows the speed to play in well enough for him to run down balls that guys would just play off the hop.
Trevor Larnach getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Oh, that's inside.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. That is the inning. Twins wind up stranding 1. They lead this one, though, 5-1. New inning getting started, and now it's the catcher for the Red Sox, Carlos Narvaez.
You know, these Red Sox just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Ball inside.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And he hits a ground ball right side. Throws to first. 1 away here in the 5th.
Up next for the Red
And
Sox,
here's a look at
the
how
second
he's
baseman,
using his pitches in this one. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Aye.
This one in the air center field. Buxton has a beat on it. 2 away.
Up next for the Red Sox, the designated
Now here's the Red Sox
Roman
DH, Roman Anthony.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
2 down, nobody on. Check swing called strike. That is strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Next offering is outside. That's outside. And that's ball 2. To the right side, Keishel tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. Back at target field, and now for the Twins, Luke Keishel.
Luke Keishel.
Well, these Twins putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Durant moving under it. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Twins, the designated hitter, Josh
Here's Josh Bell.
Yeah.
Hey!
Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Going 2 now. Hit on the ground to the right side. Contreras steps on the bag. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along.
Next,
2 quick outs.
The right fielder, Matt.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Zach Kelly done for the day. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
Garrett
Boston,
Whitlock
number
taking
42,
over on the mound.
Garrett.
And we all know about his
Whitlock.
slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
2 outs, base is empty. Matt Wallner, the next to hit. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. Little slider action.
Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
And a strike. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Reaching into the dugout, he makes the catch. Down go the Twins in order. They're up 5-1. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one.
Now pitching for the
Garrett
Twins,
Acton on
number
a pitch out of the pen
42.
here. He
Garrett
pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Acton.
Digging in, Caleb Durbin. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Larnach under it. Brings it in. And there's one down.
Up next for the Red Sox, the left fielder, Masataka
Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. Just
that's
missed.
outside.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Strike 2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. They'll keep both their challenges. Fair ball. And they have their first hit since the third inning.
Up next for the Red Sox, the first
Here
baseman,
comes Wilson Contreras.
All one.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
The 1-0. Base hit. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second with only one away.
For the Red Sox, the right fielder.
Now it's going to be Wilyer Abreu. Hey. Two on, one out. Fastball for a strike.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Ball one.
In the dirt.
Ball, that's in.
Misses, and it's a full count. The Red Sox with a chance to get back into it. And we're the top half of the sixth. In there, sets him down on strikes. And he'll challenge that called strike. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. Here's Trevor Story.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
A flip to the pitcher covering. That ends the inning. Boston strands a pair. They're down 5-1. Great to have you with us here on Jackie Robinson Day. And now the Twins catcher, Victor Caratini. Ground ball right side. The throw to first. One pitch and one out.
Hey, question. If you had to pick, because the number 42 jerseys are really cool, obviously, for Jackie Robinson. But if you had to pick any team that you were going to have 42 put on to just kind of sport around, would it be a Phillies jersey? Because I know you were kind of a Phillies fan growing up.
I grew up as a Phillies fan. If I had to do a 42 jersey, though, I'd still think I'd do a Dodger jersey.
Yeah.
Clemens up for the third time and takes ball one. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Greg Weisser getting loose out there. How about you?
You know what? I'd actually like to. I mean, the Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers is
right.
It's pretty awesome. That one is. But I also would be interested in looking at one of the Negro Leagues, jerseys.
Sure.
And going 42 with that one.
Here's a 1-1. This one popped up. Whitlock takes it in for the out. And there's two away.
For the Twins, the shortstop, Brooks Lee.
Two down, base is empty. Brooks Lee, the next Twin up to hit. Pitch misses
Outside,
there,
that's a ball.
and that is ball one.
Ball, that's low.
Up the middle. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. Back in Minnesota, so stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. He's there. He's got it. One down.
Up next for the Red Sox, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez.
So digging in, Carlos Narvaez has grounded out a couple of times. That catches the outside corner. That's strike one. The Bo Sox down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. This one in the air center field. Buxton in and to his right. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Red Sox, the second baseman,
Derek Shelton out of the dugout, and he will make the move. Garrett Acton is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
Cody
the Twins,
Funderburk takes over on the mound. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Funderburk.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa digs in now. Out towards right center field. It gets down, a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Red Sox, the designated
Back to the top of the order, Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. And the 0-1. On the ground right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. Bottom of the 7th, and now for the Twins, Tristan Gray.
Third baseman, Tristan Gray.
Tap foul at the plate. Popped in the air. Left field. Yoshida settles under this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Twins, the center fielder, Byron.
Back to the top of the order now.
Buxton.
Here's Byron Buxton. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Cut on and miss, struck him out 2 out.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there, not just because of the velocity, but also the ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with 2 strikes is just get too far in there and it gets away and it hits the batter. So when I see a 2-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Now pitching for the Red
New
Sox,
arm out of the bullpen,
number
Greg
42,
Weisser.
Greg
He's into the game with the bases empty.
Weisser.
Now the left
Up
fielder,
next,
Trevor
the
Larnach.
Reds.
1 for
The left
3.
fielder, Trevor Larnach.
Inside, ball 1.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball there. Swing and a high fly ball left field. That is the inning. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. We go to the
Leading off
8th.
for Boston,
So stepping
the third
in for
baseman,
Boston, Caleb Durbin. The Red Sox in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
First pitch swinging. And that's
Ball 1.
downstairs and outside. The 1-1 is fouled off. And it stays fair. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Man, he just absolutely
Up next for the
turned
Red
on that one, ripped it
The
down the
left
line.
fielder,
Nice job of staying in his
Masataka
mechanics.
Yoshida.
And now Masataka Yoshida.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
That's a ball.
The Twins leading by 4, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Ball. Down.
The next
Ball,
offering
that's
misses. Ball 3.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed difference.
Gray to second, pulls him off the bag.
Up next for the Red Sox, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
First and second, no outs. Wilson Contreras will hit next.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Some movement in the Twins bullpen. Eric Orrs loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. Campbell also getting ready. Grounded to third. Could be 2. Gray toss to second, and that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox.
Hey.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. 2 outs with a runner at third. Lifted in the air, right center field. Wallner in position, and that is that. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. Back at target field, bottom of the 8th. Luke Keeschel now at the plate.
Keeschel.
Action in the pen down there. Danny Coulombe, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. And it's 1-1. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Connor Falefa throws to first in time. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
The designated hitter, Josh.
Now it's the DH,
Bell.
Josh Bell. Popped up. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Twins, the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
2 outs, base is empty. Matt Wallner, the next to hit. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Two down, nobody on.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
High fly ball down the left field line. And that's a foul ball.
I would say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Ball 2.
Good job to fight that one off. Two on the way. Look out, almost got him upstairs. Foul ball left side, he'll see another. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Caratini stands in now and watches strike 1. Popped up. Connor Falefa moving under this one. And that will end the inning. It's the Twins 5 and the Red Sox 1. We go to the ninth. So stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Way inside. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Jarren Duran getting ready to hit.
Nope, that's a ball.
On the ground right side. Foul. And it goes just foul. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Got him swinging. Only one out left for the Red Sox. Two down, base is empty. Carlos Narvaez digs in now. 0 for 3 in this one.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Next pitch is outside. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the ninth. Ouch, that one drilled him. On the run, sends it over to first, and that'll do it.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup. Pitchers are pitching. The team is making the plays defensively. This is the kind of feeling, it's not going to last all season long, but you want to ride it as long as you possibly can. Perhaps push it up to double digits.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining.